that on Saturday Fight Night. Two British youngsters in the limelight. Top of the bill here, Julian Holland of Australia, defending his Commonwealth welterweight title. The challenger is the unbeaten Yorkshireman, James Hare, and he is on familiar territory. The action comes from Huddersfield. And his training partner and close friend is also back in action. Dale Robinson returning after almost a year's absence, determined to prove the best of Britain's young flyweights. And as Ed Robinson reports, between them, they also intend to put their town on the boxing map.
Right beside you, I feel right beside you, I am.
They may seem an unlikely pairing, but these two close friends are all set to make Huddersfield a fight town. James Hare, a smooth-moving welterweight contender.
He can fight all right, look at this.
And Dale Robinson, a precocious young flyweight sensation.
That's an incredible win for Dale Robinson. Very, very impressive.
Two fighters with very different outlooks.
Dale's ultra confident, you know, and it'll do him good. It'll do him good, you know. But I just deal with things in a different way, really.
Well, if you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to do? I suppose you need that. You need that self-confidence, but you must be confident because, you know, it pulls the goods out, doesn't it, at the end of the day.
Training together and now fighting side by side in their hometown on Saturday. The show's already a sellout, with the locals showing the kind of support that the boxers show each other. Both be cheering each other on?
Definitely, yeah, without a doubt.
I'll be bar by the time you're on.
Both trained hard, so yeah, it should be.
I will be in bar when you're on. I won't joke.
Yeah.
It's a massive occasion for them. James is top of the bill, challenging Australian Julian Holland for the Commonwealth crown.
It's huge, you know. I try not to think about it. In one way of looking at it, it's just another fight, you know. I've trained hard and I'm just going to get in there, keep moving and try my best. But yeah, it's big, but I'll just try and... we'll talk about it afterwards if I've done the job.
And Robinson, who dreams of one day becoming a champion like his namesake and idol Sugar Ray, returns to arms having endured a nightmare few months due to doubts raised by a routine medical.
You don't realise how much you miss it until you can't do it. You always think, oh, I look forward to when I'm 30 and I'm retired, I don't have to get up running in the morning. But then when you can't actually do it, what worst time I've had since boxing, really. I'm hoping a good performance to just get me back in limelight, really, and just get back on track.
Lord of the Manor Hare also has a point to prove to those who believe a privileged background can't produce a hungry fighter.
I've got it all to do. I've got it all to do. You know, Mum and Dad's worked hard to get where they are, and I need to do the same.
Now the pressure is on, but they've still found the time to relax ahead of what promises to be a testing night.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm pretty sure James is as well.
I'm just looking forward to doing well and doing my best and, you know, winning.
Very likeable young man, Duke, but that doesn't get you very far in boxing, doesn't it?
No. Nice guys always come last, that's what they say in boxing.
He's young and he's improving here, but is he ready for this, do you feel?
I think so, you know, every boxer needs an opportunity and a chance, and this is his chance to showcase his skills and see what he's got.
It was the challenger first onto the scales at the weigh-in, all new to him, of course, in championship class. Looked very comfortable, though, didn't he?
He's nice and fit.
And then the champion here, the Commonwealth champion from Australia, beat Shannon Taylor last year, now aged 29.
10 stone, 5 pound, 6 ounces.
Slightly under Duke. Any thoughts on what you've seen there?
No, you know, the champion and challenger both look in shape, you know, they both want to fight. It probably won't come quick enough for either of them, you know, so you know, it's only a few hours away.
Mickey, Dale Robinson, you've kept your eye on him even through this long layoff. How hard has it been for him while he's been out?
It must have been very difficult for him. Like he said, like, you know, the fighters look forward to retiring, but he's an exciting young man, you know, and he'll be a great asset to the flyweight division. He throws a lot of good shots, he throws a really good uppercut. You know, he's got time on his side, he's still very young, good pedigree. I think he's going to go a long way.
And so to the main event of the evening, Julian Holland, the Australian, defending his Commonwealth welterweight title against the local man, James Hare.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the main event, the fight of the night. Please welcome to the ring now the challenger from Rubber Town, James Hare.
And if you've never heard of Robert Town, you're not alone. But I tell you what, these people have heard of Robert Town. It's just a village outside of Huddersfield. He really is the local man, James Hare. And it's been a night of great West Yorkshire success so far. Can this fella make it a hat-trick? But it's a tall order for him. He really is in for the fight of his career so far, this fella.
Well, certainly looks focused coming into the ring here.
My goodness me, if a bit of local support is worth a round or two, this fella's got himself a head start. It really is cracking atmosphere. And he looks all right, doesn't he? He looks confident. Ironic coming into the music, fanfare for the common man. This fella is known as the Lord of the Manor locally. The family's not short of a bob or two.
Yeah, he doesn't have to box. His family very wealthy indeed.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the champion and our visitor from Australia, Julian Holland.
Absolutely no question that this fella is a class act. Fighting for the first time in Europe. He's only fought once outside of Australia, but he's been in with some good people. His losses have come against good opponents as well, and he's only had 2 of them. This fella is the real deal. Somebody you think is probably worth more than a Commonwealth title. And if anybody thinks that he's here just to roll over for James Hare, you can think again.
Yeah, some good names on the record of Julian Holland, and this is a tall order for James Hare.
Well, Holland's in the ring, but the music plays on. I always thought this was supposed to accompany the guy into the ring, but it seems to be getting more and more part of the production these days, isn't it?
It certainly does.
So we wait patiently, and John McDonald waits patiently as well for the formal introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event, the fight of the night. John Shepherd, for on behalf of Ringside Boxing Promotions, in association with Prince Promotions and Matchroom Sport, proudly present 12 rounds of boxing for the Commonwealth's Welterweight Championship. Sponsored here by Hustle Road, Premier Beer, and live and exclusive here on Sky Sports. You've joined us to a packed arena for the very best ringside seat in the business. All the officials have been appointed by the Commonwealth Council. General Secretary of the British Boxing Board of Control, Mr. Simon Block, and the area representative is His Honour, Alan Simpson. Timekeeper at the bell from Halifax is Mr. Colin Roberts, and when the action begins, a referee in charge, and without doubt one of the leading referees in the world today, Paul Thomas of Derby. They are the officials. Here are the contestants, and firstly, the challenger. He's fighting under the blue corner. He's wearing the grey trunks trimmed with purple, weighing in at 10 stone, 7 pounds, and brings an undefeated record of 21 contests. 20 wins, 9 inside the scheduled distance, and just 1 draw. He's from Robert Town, where he is known as the Lord of the Manor, James Hare. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the champion. He's fighting out of the red corner and wearing the black trunks. He weighed in at 10 stone, 5 pounds, 6 ounces. In a 31-fight record, he has 28 wins, 18 inside the scheduled distance, 2 losses and 1 draw. He comes to the ring as the reigning and defending Commonwealth welterweight champion, making his first defense. He's from the Gold Coast by way of Melbourne, Australia. Would you please welcome the glamour with the hammer, Julian Holland. So let's get the action underway then. 12 rounds of boxing for the Commonwealth Welterweight Championship.
Okay. Dressing room, remember to keep your shots on the target area, and remember to listen to my instructions during this contest. Touch gloves, best of luck to both of you.
Well, the only thing that's phony about Julian Holland is his nickname. The glamour with the hammer doesn't quite get it done, does it?
It's not the best one I've heard.
No, it certainly isn't, but there is nothing phony about his credentials. 28 wins from 31 fights, just 2 losses. One of them was to a full-blown middleweight, Ian McLeod. The other was to Willie Wise, a world champion. So the man in the black trunks, the defending champion, will have to start as a favourite in this fight, despite Hare having considerable hometown advantage.
Hare very, very short indeed for a welterweight. He uses that to his advantage, very slippery rolls all the time, very difficult to hit, switches stance. Got pretty much every shot in the book. The only criticism you'd have is perhaps he doesn't put enough power into his shots.
Well, he'll have to in this fight, that's for sure. It's the only chance he's got. It's going to be tough for him to outbox Holland over 12 rounds. Because he may have lost a couple, the Australian, but he wasn't stopped in either of them. It really does give you an indication of what kind of task is ahead for James Hare. And this is the man who won his title, the Australian, by beating Shannon Taylor. And that was before Taylor's bubble had really burst as well. Everyone thought it was a big shock, but Taylor was at the top of his game at the time.
He was indeed just coming off a loss to Shane Mosley. Mosley, obviously, of course, is one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world.
Exactly. Of course, Richard Williams then took the IBO title from him as well, and Taylor's star is in steep decline with all kinds of personal problems as well, but they hadn't surfaced when Julian Holland disposed of him in 7 rounds last August.
And of course, and when he boxed Richard Williams as well for the first 4 or 5 rounds, we really thought we'd seen something special in Shannon Taylor, and Richard turned it round.
That's right.
To win a massive, massive fight. So Taylor's still a good quality opponent, which tells you this man must be quite decent himself, Julian Holland.
Whereas you look at James Hare's record, and with no disrespect to anybody, there's not really much on that record at all, is there?
He's never really boxed anyone of any big name. So Holland, the more experienced of the two. The only advantage is for James Hare that Holland's only boxing out of his country for the 2nd time.
And the one time he did box outside his country, he was lost. He lost. He was beaten on points by Willie Wise in the United States, in Atlantic City, to be precise. So maybe he doesn't travel.
Well, not happened in this opening round. Holland just stalking forward, struggling to find the range. Very slippery is James Hare. Hare not thrown a lot either.
Yes, no clear advantage established either way there, is there?
No, nothing really landed cleanly from either man there. Holland taking the centre of the ring and pushing forward. James Hare boxing on the perimeter of the ring, slipping the shots, and both really just getting a feeling of each other there. I don't know if James Hare's picked up a little cut there.
Yeah, or a swelling or something. Yeah, it looks like a cut, doesn't it? What they're doing there, that's not good news in the first 3 minutes of a 12-rounder. Trying everything too early there, they're saying to him.
There was a nice shot there from Holland. An uppercut on the eye, that may have caused the cut. Lovely little shot.
Round 2 of this Commonwealth welterweight title fight. And I wonder what the game game plan is for Hare. I would guess that they will be thinking they're in for a long one, because there's nothing in the Australians' record to suggest that you're going to put him away with a single shot. Oh,
nice shot.
Yeah, good at
over the
left
top.
hand. Yeah. And the good news for Hare and his army of supporters here is he's not looking overwhelmed. We've seen so many times fighters go in to a new class level and they kind of flounder around and look unhappy. He doesn't look unhappy in there at all.
No, very relaxed, good chopping right hand coming over the top there from Holland again. Certainly looks dangerous.
From the Yorkshireman, and followed up his advantage as well. That's what he's got to do. He's going to win this Commonwealth title. He's going to have to use his brain as well as his brawn, James Hare. There's no question about that.
Whoa, big right uppercut coming there from Holland as Hare let a jab go.
Catching him again on the counter here. He seems to be happy boxing on the counter attack at the moment.
Well, you can tell the pattern of the fight already. Holland being the puncher of the two, Hare working on boxing on the outside. As I said, the only criticism with Hare is perhaps he doesn't put everything into every shot. He likes to throw combinations. Julian Holland looks like the type of man that likes to stalk forward, picking his shots, loading up with that right hand. We've seen that whipped over a couple of times already. Yeah,
18 of his 28 wins have come inside, whereas Hare, up against that mediocre opposition, just 9 stoppages in his 20 wins. He's not going to bomb you out, is he? That's for sure.
Well, very quiet opening 2 rounds.
I was just about to say, we're still waiting for this one to ignite, aren't we, really? It's not surprising when it's a 12-rounder and so much is at stake. But it's very careful and cagey in there at the moment. When you're the champion, you certainly don't want to lose that belt because he's thinking of going on to bigger things. And Hare, of course, for him, it's the opportunity to really move up into championship class. Even though they're both still fairly young, neither man's going to want to lose this one.
No, this is an important title to win the Commonwealth title. They're both relatively unbeaten, with Hare only losing 1 contest, Holland 2, so they've still both got big ambitions in the game. An important fight for them.
Well, I wouldn't want to be scoring this one at the moment after 2 rounds because I couldn't put anything between them. You got anything between them?
I've got Holland up at 1 round. I've got him winning the first, and I drew the second because I really couldn't separate them in the second. You know I don't like to do that. There was that whipping right uppercut I was talking about from Holland. Good shot there. Seems to unsteady the legs of James Hare.
And on we go. Now then, will these two fellas start moving through the gears? Not that there's been any lack of work rate, but just they're kind of cancelling each other out at the moment.
Oh, it comes that dangerous-looking right hand again from Holland, just falling short. Fortunately for Hare, he was just riding away from that shot.
Just get a bit of a sense of purpose from the Australian in the early moments of this 3rd round, as if he sort of said to himself, right, OK, I've had a warm-up, now let's get on with it. And as he does, Hare comes back and punishes him. And that might make Holland rethink things.
That was good work from Hare there, just turning Holland on the ropes. Countering with a right hand just before that, putting a combination together.
And that lets Holland know he can't just be an aggressive bully here. He's going to have to think about this as well.
Well, Holland hasn't felt anything from James Hare in those opening 2 rounds. It's the first time Hare seems to have put any venom in any combination.
Good work this from the Yorkshireman.
Well, chopping right hand again there. Start to the left uppercut from Holland. But good work again from James Hare. Hare getting the better of this round.
Yeah, he's picking him off. Holland's starting to take 1 or 2 risks to land his shots. And Hare spots the opening. Just took a little short uppercut there and acknowledged it. But Hare has done some good work here on the counter-attack. It's a real cat and mouse game in there for both of them. I mean, neither man is exactly in control of this fight at all. They've both got their game plan and they're trying to impose it on their opponent, and neither having much success at the moment.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right there with the cat and mouse game. No one willing to take the risk at the moment. As Holland started to pick it up at the beginning of this round, James Hare's gone with him. The next few rounds are going to be very interesting indeed.
Punches that have landed, you've got to lean to Hare in this third round, haven't you? Because the work rate's coming from the Australian, but the shots that have actually meant anything have come from Hare.
Yeah, that was a good round there from James Hare. A round that I will score for him. Putting the combinations together well. Holland's still stalking forward, looking for those big shots. Holland picks up a little cut over the eye as well.
Don't seem to be too bothered about it all, do they? Well, that could open up. That's got the potential to be a real nasty cut, that one, you know.
Yeah, it's in a bad place above the eye.
It couldn't be much worse, could it? Look at that. I tell you, if Hare can exploit that, and it is starting to weep a little bit.
10 seconds, corners. Some nice work from Hare. Throws his shots from unusual angles.
Look at this, they haven't stopped that bleeding, you know. And that's very early in the fight.
Yeah, the corner not doing a good job on that cut. Didn't work well on it at all.
They seemed to notice it late, Spencer. I mean, it was kind of hidden away there and seemed to actually get worse as he was sitting there. We'll have to watch that and see if it deteriorates throughout the course of the fight, but it's a definite cause for concern in the Australian camp.
Holland trying to get work behind that jab at the start of this 4th round. Hare boxing nicely on the outside.
Yeah, a bit more of a sense of urgency about Holland here. And these may be a testing few rounds for James Hare now. But so far, he's answered all the questions I had of him, I have to say, Spencer.
Yeah, landed well with the hook there as well, Hare. Just stepping back and coming over the top with the left hook. Good work.
Getting through again with that left.
Good right hand again. This is a good round again from James Hare.
It is. He's
boxing well on the outside.
And he's making Holland look pretty ordinary, frankly. Holland is missing with a lot of his punches. That cut's holding up okay, which is the good news for the champion.
That's good work from Holland, slipping
Yeah.
well.
And Hare acknowledged it as well.
Made
But
Hare pay with a right hand there.
Hare's got to stay focused on his job. He was so busy congratulating Holland that the champion caught him with a shot. Hare showing a bit of inexperience there, didn't he?
He did. You can't ever acknowledge a fighter bobbing and weaving or landing a good shot. Hare just proved that by paying the price.
Yeah, this isn't a sparring session now. Well, he's picked it up a bit here, Holland.
Yeah, maybe around. I lean towards Holland, just getting through with the better shots. But again, very, very difficult. On my scorecard, I've got it all level after 4 rounds. I don't know which way the referee would go in this one. Very difficult indeed.
Well, Paul Thomas does it his way as well, doesn't he? We've seen that in the past. But I hate to just sit here and agree with you, Spencer, but I'm the same. I can't quite see who's got the advantage here at all.
Yeah, Paul Thomas has been known to come up with a few strange verdicts as well.
And that's being polite. If it does go to 12, by the way, we don't have 3 judges at ringside. It is only the referee who will score. This fella impresses me the more I see of him, Chris Ashton. He's a very composed, wise head in that corner.
He is indeed. It's very interesting to hear Chris there saying, I've got you 4 rounds up going into the 5th round. I don't quite have it as wide as that. I've got it all levels.
He's helping to build his man's confidence, perhaps. I must admit, I don't think you can make that kind of case for either of these fellas at the moment. Long, long way to go, and it all still to play for.
That's good work from Hare. Mixing the shots up to body and head. Holland's going to start getting very frustrated in there soon. Found it difficult to land anything real clean. But there's a good left hook from Holland.
Missed there, Hare. The fans loved it, but both his shots missed, and Holland is starting to step the tempo up just fractionally here. And Hare will have to match this. And so far he's doing okay.
Nice little short combinations there from Hare. Is that dangerous looking right uppercut that Holland throws? He really whips that shot in.
If that connects, watch out. That's a couple of times he's tried for that, Spencer, isn't it?
He has. He's caught Hare with one of those shots, but it does look dangerous indeed.
Good left. He had his man in trouble and he backed him up.
He landed a couple of nice shots there. Just seems to have Holland on unsteady legs.
This is much better work from James Hare, who really is starting to grow in stature the longer this fight goes on. Good body shot.
Hare the one, just getting first to the punch, just beating Holland to the punch at the moment.
And the thing that works in his favour, Spencer, is Holland is always there for him. He's not going to have to go looking for him, is he?
He's not, but like I say, Hare's leading off first, and then he's away again. Holland has to set himself to throw those punches. He looks like a puncher, he needs to set himself, but Hare's coming in, throwing a little combination, he's away again, and Holland has to rebuild and reset himself. This is good tactics from James Hare. Now just pulling away on my card, it's got him winning that round. The clearest round in the contest for me. Landing some good shots, and Julian Holland maybe looking just a little frustrated in there at the moment.
Nothing's working for Holland at the moment, and in contrast, this fella is looking more at ease the longer the fight goes on.
There's some of that lovely work from Hare, really driving that left long uppercut in. And that's where Julian Holland just seems to be a bit unsteady on the legs. Lovely hook going in there. There goes that long uppercut. Good shot, and you see Holland just trying to hold there. Looks unsteady for the first time in the contest. James Hare will be building in confidence all the time here going into round 6.
This contest scheduled for 12 is absolutely flying by at the moment, and just as you say, Spencer, you just get the feeling that Hare is sneaking ahead here. And if anything, it's up to the champion to redefine his strategy a bit, because what he's doing at the moment is not working.
Well, that's exactly, it's a very, very close contest indeed. But what he's doing at the moment isn't working, and he hasn't shown us anything different at the moment. He hasn't even really tried to up the tempo. And Hare just boxing well on the outside, doing everything right.
I'm surprised we're not seeing more body work from Holland. We saw him throw a right to the rib section in the last round, but it was just an isolated shot, wasn't it? Oh, got him. He walked onto one, and that's been coming. Oh, and he looks in trouble, Holland.
He's in real trouble here.
Well, he is the champion, so Paul Thomas will give him every opportunity, but my goodness me, the Commonwealth title is there for James Hare now, and I think he's going to get it.
This one seems to be a going.
And it's stopped. Wow.
Well, let me tell you what a victory that is for James Hare. Before this contest, he would have been the underdog. Julian Holland's beaten some good names like Shannon Taylor. James Hare's really turned that round, and we were sitting there saying he hasn't got a punch. Well, he's just proved to us there.
Well, he just shut us up.
He's set his punches through them with venom. We were saying that through the rounds, and I think we've seen James Hare go to another level this evening.
Absolutely right. You could look at his record before this and say, well, who's he beaten? But now he has beaten somebody, and he's well beaten Julian Holland. He never really got into the fight. And the longer it went on, the more Hare looked confident and composed. And then suddenly, the man who we're just dismissing as a guy that's more of a boxer than a puncher, uncorks a beauty.
Well, for the first time I've seen it there with James Hare. He planted his feet when he let those combinations go. Let them go with a bit of venom, and then was away again. And it was so effective. And he seems to be improving all the time here, James Hare. The better class opponent he boxes, the better he boxes.
Well, here's the finish. Let's take another look at it.
Chopping right hand, lovely shot, right on the button.
And he was all over the place when he got up as well, wasn't he? Never really had a chance.
Well, he was lucky that Paul Thomas let that go on, because he could have quite easily stopped it there. There you go, right on the bridge of the nose. What a lovely shot. For another angle to finish here. Look, really piling on the pressure. He sees his legs gone there, only the ropes holding him up.
And nothing coming back.
Nothing
That's why
coming back.
Paul Thomas had to step in.
Well, he was let there, he's gone, he's all over the place. Tonight, I think maybe a star is born.
I think you're right. I didn't think he'd win this one. I really thought this was a step too far for him. But my goodness me, he had his opportunity and he grabbed it. And it means that the fans here at Huddersfield, who've been a terrific crowd, by the way, will go home very happy tonight.
Well, they've had a clean whitewash here with their boxes this evening. And there won't be a sad face in the hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, timekeeper Colin Roberts has recorded a time of 1 minute, 20 seconds of the 6th round. Referee Paul Thomas has stopped the contest. Holland in no position to continue. Your winner and the new Commonwealth welterweight champion, from Robertown, the Lord of the Manor, James Hare.
So, the Lord of the Manor is King of the Commonwealth ring.
As a very game champion leaves the ring.
Very impressive. We're
Julian
perhaps
Holland.
seeing, as you say, Spencer, the start of something special here.
And now to present.
Yeah, very impressed indeed.
The coveted Commonwealth belt.
Yes,
We call
it's
it on.
a very
The General
special moment this for
Secretary
James
of the
Hare,
British
his
Boxing
first
Board of Control,
meaningful
Mr.
belt,
Simon
the
Bott.
Commonwealth belt. It may not be the last for James Hare. Definitely one to watch. And from a new champion to an old champion, Steve Robinson, a real Cinderella story when he won the world featherweight title in 1993. Kept that title for 2 years before losing it to Prince Nazim Hamed. And he's decided to retire after losing on points tonight, his 6th loss in a row. But this fella has been a credit to himself and his profession.
He really has been a credit to the sport, a journeyman, turn world champion, and he's lost to Steve Conway tonight. And you know, he's beaten better guys than Steve Conway before. He should have retired after his last contest where he got stopped to the excellent Scott Harrison, but he decided to continue, and I'm glad that he's called it a night tonight.
So our good wishes to Steve Robinson, and thanks for being with us. Until next time, for Spencer Oliver, this is Nick Halling saying bye-bye for now.